Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Breakfast with Blaha, and today I'm having steamed vegetables and grilled chicken breast. Now, some people will be like, where'd the yogurt go? I'm still eating it, you just don't see it on camera. And I know this is crazy. This is going to sound crazy in YouTube these days, but I eat more than one meal a day. I know eating one meal a day is like the big fad to get really jacked somehow. All your food at once. Long fast. But I don't do that. I eat more than one meal a day. I know, crazy. Revolutionary stuff right there. But let's get over to leg DOMs. All right. One of the memes I hate seeing is leg day DOMs memes because it perpetuates the idea that we should be training incorrectly. In other words, not only do people complain about leg day DOMs, you get silly clowns who are like, oh, I look forward to the leg day DOMs because I'm so hardcore. It's like, really? And I'm glad I'm not hardcore then. I'm glad that, I've only hit 600 plus pound squats and deadlifts in my 40s. And that I can do so without my legs really getting sore. Man, I guess what would happen if I was hardcore? My lifts would drop 100 pounds. I mean, I would rather be strong and jacked than be hardcore, personally. The problem is that it's become so ubiquitous that it's convinced people that this is the way it's supposed to be. And the reality is that it's a sign of really, really bad programming. In other words, yes, sometimes we're going to get some DOMs in our legs. Sometimes it may be pretty bad. It does happen from time to time, but it should not be the norm. And the first thing that you note that should give away the problem is when people say, just a leg day. The implication being they only train their legs one day a week. For most people, that's not going to be optimal. Not even going to be close to optimal. Your lower body muscles are half the muscles in your body. All right, and then the same people will split up into body part splits, and body part splits can work. They just leave your legs undertrained, and they tend to hit what the hardest. Think about it for a minute. If you have a chest day, a back day, a shoulder day, an arm day, and a leg day, well, your biceps get trained on back and arm day. They get 2 days a week. Your triceps get trained on chest day, on shoulder day, on arm day. They get 3 days a week. Your delts get trained on chest day, on back day, and on shoulder day. They get trained 3 times a week, and then you just kind of do legs. A lot of people don't know this, but undertraining a muscle especially in terms of frequency, can cause soreness. So if every Tuesday is your leg day and you don't train your legs again for a week, that alone will make them sore. That alone will make them sore. What else makes us too sore? When we do too much volume for a muscle in any given training session. When these guys just come in and do a bunch of junk volume for their legs, they might squat. And then what do? Do a bunch of machine work. Start adding it up, and it's like you look at some of their leg days, it'll be, 3 sets of squats, 3 sets of leg presses, like 3 sets of hack squats or front squats, and leg extensions, maybe some Romanian deadlifts, leg curls. You start adding it all up, and it's like, how many sets for your quads are you doing? And then they're doing a bunch of junk work, a bunch of junk volume. Usually about what point do we stop gaining muscle? With some exceptions, about 10 quality work sets in a workout. They pass that really early on. What do you see me do most of the time these days? And look at my quads in my training videos. Everyone's like, your quads are ridiculous. I do a max effort squat, usually a back squat, one day. Any other quad work I get is incidental. Glute bridges, good mornings. I do speed squats, 5 sets of speed squats, 5 sets of speed deadlifts on another day. That's a decent amount of quad work. And then I drag a sled most mornings. I do a lot of sled drags. In terms of work sets in the gym, it's pretty low. Yet I've got massive quads. I also don't get quad DOMs. I don't get quad DOMs ever because my quads are in shape and I don't hit them with excessive volume. Don't get DOMs. Yet it's arguably my most pronounced muscle group. Right? I do moderate volume, moderate high quality volume, and I do sled drags. And I train everything twice a week. Upper lowers are phenomenal. It's what I program for my clients. You guys see a lot of them are jacked. A lot of them put up real big numbers. Train legs twice a week, lower body twice a week, train upper body twice a week. Right? Do conditioning on your other days. We stay inside the effective volume range and the optimal volume range for hypertrophy, which is 10 to 20 sets per week. High quality sets. Trying not to do more than 10 of those in a single workout. Okay, this is optimal. When your frequency drops and your volume, particularly your jump volume, go way up, you get sore. And that once a week frequency really makes you sore. And all these guys are getting the DOMs and they're getting less muscle growth because their volume is here. But they're like, well, I've got to get the volume if I only do it one day a week. If you're hurting the next day, what do you think's happening? You're wasting 24 hours recovering. It's 24 hours where you're not growing. Your growth window's not that long. 2-3 days after you train a muscle, you're losing half of your growth window just from recovering from the stupidity. And you can't walk the next day you hurt. I routinely, a lot of times after some of my leg days, I go throw on a backpack and walk down to the grocery store, buy 30 pounds of food, put it in the backpack and walk home. No problems. See the difference here? Leg day DOMs means that you're doing something wrong. It means that you have no idea what you are doing. Fix it. Alright guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.